Hello everyone and welcome to my General Hospital Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Cyrus seems to target his next victim after saying too much to Lulu. Plus, Jens receives unsettling news. On General Hospital Today, Anna consents to assist Jordan in spying on Jens. Jens makes Drew an intriguing proposition, and Nina approaches Carly with an agreement to work together to end the relationship between Drew and Willow. Carly stops by the hospital to ask Lucas for advice. She explains that Nina called and that she is tempted to help her break up Willow and Drew since she thinks Nina will beg for her assistance. After blowing up at Willow over Christmas, Lucas is unable to throw stones, and Carly tells him about her run-in with Drew. Lucas claims that his outburst only made it possible for Drew to intervene and save Willow, and Carly is certain that her actions also didn't do much to help. Lucas believes that working with Nina won't help her achieve her aim of reducing the tension between her and Willow and Drew. Willow and Portia greet Liz's return to work. But according to Portia, they must talk before her shift. When Portia and Liz enter her office, Portia tells Liz that she never believed she had harmed patients, and that she was simply suspending her in accordance with protocol. Liz inquires about the investigation's current state. The cops have taken over, so Portia has nothing fresh to share with her. However, aside from the 3 known patients, Sam, Dex, and the elderly woman from last fall, no further deaths were caused by Digitalis. All she wants is for the cops to apprehend this murderer before they commit another crime. Lucas later requests that Willow expedite certain labs for him. In addition, he expresses regret to her for his previous judgment of her. Additionally, he assures her that there are no conditions attached, and that he is available to her and the children in case they need anything. After saying thank you, she departs to tend to the labs. At Turning Woods, Liz gives her friend Gail a call and expresses her gratitude once more for all of her assistance. Cyrus arrives to see Mrs. Brown after Gail hangs up. Gail informs Cyrus that he must speak with Director Ferner before he can see any patients. Cyrus and Ferner meet, and Ferner informs him that he is no longer permitted to visit patients since the mayor's complaint about him seeing Lulu when he had no permission to do so had to be taken seriously. Additionally, he has been informed that he is not permitted to visit patients at General Hospital. Cyrus asks if the nurse is the one spreading these falsehoods about him after overhearing her speaking to Elizabeth earlier. Ferner says they will have to live without him, but he growls that these patients need him. Lulu and Laura meet at Bobby's. Lulu claims to have spoken with Jack, who attested to Valentine's appearance in Germany but his escape before being apprehended. Lulu thinks the WSB might not be the only method to locate her daughter. Lulu explains that she is investigating the top stables in Europe since Valentine might be allowing her to take lessons there, and that she is following well-known equestrians on social media to check if Charlotte is using a phony account to do so. This is a good lead according to Laura. After receiving a call, Laura informs Lulu that she must go try to meet with Drew. She expresses her pride in Lulu. Later on, Cyrus shows up and tells Lulu how happy he is to see her well. Lulu warns him to get away from her since he has a restraining order against him, or else she will contact the police. She knows she overheard him planning to move her from Turning Woods to another state and away from her family, but he claims that everyone has misinterpreted his intentions. That night, she fled to avoid him and whatever evil scheme he had planned for her. She doesn't understand, Cyrus yells. He shouts that no one else has done what he has for her. He read to her and sat by her side. Lulu contacts Anna after taking her phone out of her bag, but when she looks around, Cyrus has left. Nina gives Maxie 2 tickets to the Fashion Winter Formal at Crimson. Maxie declares that things are unattainable, indicating that Nina requires something from her. Nina needs Maxie's help in persuading Carly to cooperate with her in ending Drew and Willow's relationship. Maxie assures Nina that she doesn't believe Drew would harm Willow, because she is an adult who is capable of making her own decisions. Nina maintains that he has already caused Willow pain by influencing her to make bad decisions. Nina is only relieved that Drew is staying at a motel because he would have moved Willow and the children in with him otherwise. Maxie acknowledges that Drew asked her to assist in finding a designer for his home purchase. Nina is in disbelief. Maxie claims that Drew doesn't even have any furnishings, so Nina is agitated and hurrying things up. Nina implores Maxie to prevent Drew from moving in some way, so that she and Carly have time to figure out how to separate Drew and Willow because she doesn't like him. Nina is asked by Maxie if she truly believes that Willow is with the man she previously desired, or if Drew is horrible for her. According to Nina, she and Drew had a brief and foolish liaison, and after witnessing the impact he had on Willow, she ended their relationship. Nina claims that she should have heeded Maxie's warning about becoming connected with Drew, since he has a way of making people feel their worst. Assuming Willow is acting irrationally because she is in love with Drew, Maxie boasts, saying "I told you so" doesn't sound as good when you agree with me. She also notes that Nina did insane things while she was in love with Sonny. At that moment, Carly shows up. When Maxie leaves them, Nina tells Carly that she doesn't blame her, and that she likely feels hypocritical. She claims it has been eye-opening to witness Drew force his way into Willow and Michael's marriage, just as she did with Carly's. Carly never imagined that Nina would correct her. Nina claims that she is a mother like her, and that she cannot allow Drew to destroy her daughter's life. Nina thinks that in order to separate Drew and Willow, they must cooperate. Carly claims that Willow will prevent them from seeing Wiley and Amelia if they are discovered. Nina points out that they must take the chance. Carly doesn't want to exacerbate an already difficult circumstance. How does Nina feel now that she knows Drew intends to move Willow and the children in with him? According to Nina, they are related because they are the grandparents of Amelia and Wiley. Carly inquires as to what she believes they ought to do. Will Carly assist Nina in doing whatever it takes to keep their grandchildren safe, after she assures her that she can provide them entry to Drew's new home? Willow is at the hospital when Maxie arrives. She informs her that James has been persistently urging her to play with Wiley. Willow claims that she would adore that. Maxie inquires about Nina's well-being, knowing that she and the children have returned to her home. Willow claims that she is one of the few persons who inquires about her well-being rather than interrogating or condemning her. She has become aware of her loneliness because she has a large backyard. Maxie offers that they host the playdate at her house. Willow believes she needs to begin searching for a comparable location of her own. Maxie remains silent. Liz discusses Cyrus with Lucas and claims that she and Lucky are almost done obtaining evidence of his guilt. Lucas cautions her that Joss has already informed Cyrus that they are after him. As though he feels trapped and will only become more deadly, Liz advises him to keep Joss away from Cyrus. Cyrus suddenly materializes in the distance, remembers his troubled Bible at his house, and notices Liz conversing with Lucas. Jens and Drew get together at Café Sherry for breakfast. He tells that he is a shipper, and that he came to this town because of the proposed esplanade. According to Drew, environmental concerns are the reason it has been delayed. Jens questions whether Sonny is involved in this hold-up. Drew tells Jens that he doesn't. Jens suggests that the esplanade might move to Pier 55. Jens proposes that the city take possession of the warehouse and pier under eminent domain, when Drew points out that Sonny owns them. He claims he would contribute a large sum of money to help cover the moving expenses. When Laura arrives to visit Drew, she is shocked to see him with Jens. Drew was unaware that Laura and Jens were acquainted. According to Laura, Jens was the one who kidnapped her son in Somalia. Lucky and he have conflicting memories of what happened according to Jens, and someone who is not as composed and cool as he is would sue her for defamation. It would reflect poorly on the city. Laura picks up on it. To demonstrate that all he wants is to help this city, Jens invites Laura to accompany them. Laura expresses her want to listen to their conversation. As they take a seat, Drew tells them that Jens has proposed relocating the esplanade to Pier 55. Laura instructs Drew to bring any proposals he may have to her office. Although she was excited to collaborate with Drew to improve Port Charles, she doesn't think Jens is here to do so. She bids them a good day and leaves. Jordan wants to borrow one of the department's micro-recording devices when he visits Anna in her office. Who will wear it, wonders Anna. Jordan affirms that she will. Jordan describes her intention to approach Sidwell, who has shown interest in her, in order to gather proof against him. According to Anna, no one has been able to find out anything about him thus far, and they are unsure of his motivation for being here. Jordan believes they can uncover what they need to catch him if she can figure out why. Jordan is informed by Anna that Sidwell is extremely dangerous, and that she thinks he was responsible for the explosion of Sonny's flat. Jordan is shocked that Anna won't give her a lecture about her decision to stop being a police officer. On the contrary, Anna claims that she will assist her in every manner possible in defeating Sidwell. Natalia and Sonny are seated in the waiting area of the doctor's office in Los Angeles. She inquires as to whether he plans to disclose his heart ailment to his children. He cannot give his competitors an excuse to target him and his family, nor does he want them to worry any more than he already must. When a nurse announces that the doctor is ready, Sonny accepts Natalia's invitation to accompany him inside, so he won't be alone. After the examination was over, Sonny was informed that he required a pacemaker. Natalia advises him to treat this seriously, but Sonny believes he must first identify the person who attempted to kill him before he can concentrate on recovering. According to Natalia, the doctor says he needs this completed in the upcoming 3 months. A mystery figure dressed in black follows them as they leave. Jens Stooge attempted to murder Isaiah when he was in the hospital. Jens presents his argument to Drew at the cafe back in Port Charles, and he responds that Jens has given him a lot to consider. The Stooge contacts Jens to report after Drew leaves. He claims to have followed Natalia to an LA cardiologist. The fact that Jens is seeing a cardiologist surprises her. The Stooge claims that it's Sonny Corinthos, the man she is seeing, and not her. Lulu bursts into Anna's office across town, claiming to have just met Cyrus. She explains that she was terrified when Cyrus ran his mouth, and claimed that he spent a lot of time with her while she was in her coma. She asks what he meant when he said, "No one has done as much for you as I have." What is in store for her from this sicko? At a playground on the following General Hospital, Christina says to Ava, "I'm sorry, where do you think you are going?" Joss apologizes to someone. Liz is alerted about a hazardous man by Rick. When they meet, Martin asks Willow if she truly wants a divorce. Sasha seems to have been enticed to the Port Charles Grill by Felicia and Cody. Jason asks Tracy why she would trust whatever Drew said, and she responds, "Pardon me for giving whatever this is a hard pass. How far are you willing to go to get Drew out of the picture?" Carly asks Nina. The preview video for Monday, February 10th, 2025's General Hospital is now available. Fans can anticipate that Lulu Spencer will take a different route in search of Charlotte Cassadine in the upcoming episode. Jen Sidwell and Drew Kane Quartermain establish a connection. Cyrus Renault also asks to know who is telling falsehoods about him. Let's discuss what will happen in today's ABC soap opera episode as you continue reading. Jen Sidwell's influential relationship. In the Friday episode's teaser video, Sidwell is seen in Port Charles forming yet another new relationship. Despite the fact that Sidwell is a dangerous criminal, Anna Devane is currently powerless to stop him. Sidwell conducted his actions in an area devoid of legal regulations. According to Lucky Spencer and others, Sidwell has essentially gotten away with all he did in Africa. Sidwell sits down with Drew in the GH teaser video for Friday's show. During their fascinating conversation, Sidwell asks Drew about Sonny Corinthos. The heart concern of Sonny Corinthos. You may also anticipate Natalia Ramirez and Sonny having a heart-to-heart in the Friday, February 7th episode. Supporters are aware that Sonny's heart disease symptoms are becoming worse. Most people haven't been able to see it. Natalia, on the other hand, is aware of the reality and went with Sonny to the LA heart doctor. Natalia asks Sonny in the preview if he's concerned about the doctor's opinion. Despite his outward appearance, Sonny is clearly afraid. What will Sonny's future hold now that he has health news? Will Sonny be honest with his loved ones at last? It appears that Sonny might persuade Natalia to hold on to his secret for a short time. Sonny seems to believe that his family is incapable of accepting the reality. Sonny may believe that it's not the ideal moment given everything else going on. Given Natalia's new friendship with Christina Corinthos Davis, that may become tricky. Lulu Spencer's latest development. General Hospital teasers hinted that Lulu would devise a fresh strategy. Finding her daughter is a top priority for Lulu. It appears that Lulu has a fresh idea. Lulu exclaims to Laura Collins in a sneak peek that she might have discovered a new way to bring Charlotte home. Carly Spencer is also cautioned by Lucas Jones to stop exacerbating a difficult circumstance. Cyrus also insists on knowing who is lying about him. This expedition is going to get much riskier since Jocelyn Jacks is much more desperate to prove Cyrus killed Dex Heller. According to Friday, February 7th General Hospital spoilers, Lulu Spencer has a risky run-in, and Carly Spencer will respond to Nina Reeves' Drew Quartermain takedown pitch. Let's start by discussing Jordan Ashford's strategy to win over Jen Sidwell and obtain the goods on him. As Anna Devane prepares for the next stage of her journey, Jordan will have some updates to offer. In the meantime, Lulu will think of a change in approach that might enable her to find Charlotte Cassadine. Lulu will need to find a way to reconcile her daughter's search with stability for her son, as Laura Collins might remind her that Rocco Falconeri still needs his mother. On Friday's GH episode, Lulu will have a perilous encounter at some time. Lulu may run into Sidwell in the Metro Court because she will be there with him. That would present Lulu with an opportunity to attack Lucky Spencer's old kidnapper, but given Sidwell's abilities, she might be playing with fire. Laura might raise the alarm with the new congressman as Sidwell and Drew will be seated at a table. Laura will undoubtedly give Drew some advice, and she might suggest that he should avoid Sidwell and his dangerous plans. Drew will, however, at least listen to Sidwell during Friday's performance. Drew might question what angle Sidwell is using when he grills him about Sonny Corinthos. Sidwell's fascination with Sonny may support the suspicion that he was responsible for the explosion at Sonny's penthouse. Speaking of Sonny, he may be calm around Natalia Ramirez, but it seems that she can tell he's anxious about seeing a cardiologist. Natalia will support Sonny after he receives his impending results and won't criticize him for experiencing some anxiousness. Natalia might believe Sonny needs to update his family on his heart issue once they return to Port Charles because he may be receiving some unsettling news. While Nina provides Maxie Jones with the scoop on her strategy, Carly and Lucas Jones will exchange additional advice. When Maxie learns that Nina wants to work with Carly on a new plan to split up Drew and Willow Corinthos, she will be shocked. Nina will then present her Drew takedown proposal to Carly, who will then decide if she wants to work with Nina to damage Drew and his relationship with Willow. Carly would be hesitant to cooperate, but Nina might counter that they must band together to fight a much more formidable foe and complete the task at hand. When some unsettling allegations begin to circulate about Cyrus Renault at Turning Woods, he will become irate. The administrator may worry that he will be expelled from the facility once Cyrus questions him about the source of all the lies. Jocelyn Jacks will continue to work to demonstrate that Cyrus is still obviously up to no good. They may soon be in danger since Lucky and Elizabeth Baldwin also intend to frame Cyrus for a parole breach. After saying too much to Lulu, Cyrus appears to target his next victim. Plus, Jens gets alarming news. The unraveling of Cyrus Renault's plan. Cyrus Renault had always prided himself on being a step ahead of everyone in Port Charles. A master manipulator, he knew how to control situations to his advantage. However, his latest conversation with Lulu Spencer had left him feeling uneasy. He had let his guard down, revealed more than he intended, and now there was a chance she could use that information against him. Lulu, ever the investigative journalist, had been digging into Cyrus's recent dealings. She suspected he was behind the latest wave of criminal activity in town, but she lacked the hard evidence to prove it. When she confronted him at the Metro Court, he had played it cool, dismissing her concerns with a smirk. But she was relentless, and in a moment of frustration, he had let slip something he shouldn't have. Now, sitting in his dimly lit office, Cyrus replayed the conversation in his mind. His jaw tightened as he realized the potential consequences. Lulu was too smart for her own good, and if she connected the dots, she could blow his entire operation wide open. That was something he couldn't allow. A new target emerges. If there was one thing Cyrus knew how to do, it was eliminating threats. Lulu was becoming a liability, but she was also a high-profile one. Going after her directly would raise too many questions, especially considering her connections to the powerful Spencer and Corinthos families. He needed to divert attention, create chaos elsewhere while ensuring that Lulu wouldn't pose a problem. Enter his next target. Cyrus had been keeping tabs on various people in Port Charles, always assessing who could be useful or expendable. His eyes landed on Trina Robinson. Young, intelligent, and deeply connected to those who opposed him, her mother, Portia Robinson, was a fierce critic of his. Trina was also close to Curtis Ashford, another thorn in Cyrus's side. With a wicked glint in his eye, Cyrus formulated a plan. He wouldn't go after Trina directly. No, that would be too obvious. Instead, he would use her as leverage to send a message to Lulu and those who dared to challenge him. Lulu pieces things together. Meanwhile, Lulu was sitting at her desk at the invader, her mind racing. She had been playing back her conversation with Cyrus over and over again. He had mentioned something about controlling the board. A phrase that had stuck with her. Was he referring to a chess game, or was there a deeper meaning? Her instincts told her to dig deeper, so she started making calls. She reached out to sources, pulling together bits of information that painted a clearer picture of Cyrus's latest moves. The pieces were beginning to fit, and the image they formed was terrifying. Just as she was about to make a breakthrough, her phone buzzed. A text message from an unknown number flashed on the screen. "Be careful where you step, Miss Spencer. You wouldn't want to fall into the wrong hands." A chill ran down Lulu's spine. Cyrus knew she was onto something. Jen's alarming discovery. Across town, Jens, a small-time informant who had occasionally worked both sides of the law, was in over his head. He had overheard something he wasn't supposed to while at the Savoy. Two of Cyrus's men had been discussing an upcoming job, and the details had been unsettling. Jens had spent most of his life surviving by knowing when to run, and this time every fiber of his being told him to disappear. But before he could even think about his next move, he received a message that made his blood run cold. "Meet me at Pier 52. You have 1 hour." It was unsigned, but he knew exactly who it was from. Cyrus. Jens swallowed hard. There were only two reasons Cyrus would want to see him, either to silence him or to test his loyalty. Neither option was particularly appealing. The confrontation at the pier. Under the cover of darkness, Jens arrived at Pier 52. His heart pounded in his chest as he saw Cyrus standing there, flanked by two of his men. The water lapped gently against the dock, the sound eerily soothing compared to the tension in the air. Cyrus greeted him smoothly, his tone deceptively friendly. "I hear you've been listening in on things that don't concern you." Jens forced a nervous chuckle. "Come on, man. You know me. I just hear things. I don't act on 'em." Cyrus tilted his head. "Is that so? Then why do I have reason to believe you were thinking about running?" Jens' throat went dry. He needed to think fast. "I wasn't running. Just reevaluating my options. But if you need me, I'm here. Always loyal." Cyrus studied him for a long moment before smirking. "Good. Because I have a job for you. Consider this your opportunity to prove where your loyalties lie." Jens nodded quickly, masking his dread. Whatever Cyrus wanted, it wouldn't be good. The setup. Back at the invader, Lulu's fingers flew across the keyboard. She was crafting her next article, determined to expose Cyrus once and for all. But just as she was about to publish, her office door burst open. It was Jens. His face was pale, his hands shaking. "You need to listen to me," he whispered urgently. "Cyrus is coming for you. And he's using Trina to do it." Lulu's heart pounded. "What do you mean?" Jens glanced around as if expecting someone to be listening. "He knows you're onto him. He's setting you up. If you don't act fast, it's not just you who's in danger." Lulu swallowed hard. The stakes had just been raised. If what Jens was saying was true, she wasn't the only one at risk. An innocent young woman was about to become collateral damage in Cyrus's twisted game. She had to stop him. But how? A dangerous game. As the night deepened, the battle lines were being drawn. Cyrus Renaud was always 10 steps ahead. But this time, he had underestimated the power of those determined to bring him down. Lulu Spencer, fueled by her passion for justice, refused to back down. And Jens, caught in the crossfire, had a choice to make. Continue playing the game or finally break free from its deadly grip. One thing was certain. The storm was coming. And when it hit, no one in Port Charles would be safe. Lulu's new path. Cyrus investigates, Anna stymied. In the ever-evolving world of Port Charles, change is inevitable, and the lives of its residents are once again on the brink of dramatic transformations. As the dust settles from recent upheavals, 3 major storylines are taking center stage. Lulu Spencer embarks on a new journey, Cyrus Renaud sets his sights on uncovering hidden truths, and Anna Devane faces mounting roadblocks in her relentless pursuit of justice. Each of these characters is poised for a thrilling evolution, ensuring that General Hospital remains as captivating as ever. Lulu's new path. A second chance at life. Lulu Spencer has always been a fighter, but nothing compares to the battle she has faced in recent years. After a long coma that left her loved ones grappling with uncertainty, Lulu's awakening has sparked a wave of emotions and unexpected challenges. Now, as she navigates the complexities of returning to her former life, she is forced to make difficult choices about her future. Her reunion with Dante Falconeri, the love of her life, is anything but simple. While their love remains undeniable, time has not stood still. Dante has moved on with Sam McCall, creating a tangled web of emotions that Lulu must now untangle. Should she fight for her past? Or should she carve out a new destiny free from old heartbreaks? At the same time, Lulu is exploring new professional opportunities. Once an ambitious journalist, she is now considering a career shift that allows her to make a difference in a new way. Whether she turns to law, politics, or advocacy, Lulu's fierce spirit will undoubtedly drive her toward a future that redefines who she is. As she rekindles old friendships and forms new alliances, Lulu's return to Port Charles is far from quiet. She may soon find herself at the center of a scandal or mystery that tests her resilience. Will she emerge stronger, or will her past weigh her down? Cyrus investigates. A master manipulator's new mission. Cyrus Renaud has never been one to sit idly by, and his latest obsession is sending shockwaves throughout the town. Recently released from Pentonville, he has vowed to change his ways. But can anyone truly trust a man with his history? While he presents himself as a reformed citizen, Cyrus's actions suggest otherwise. Rumors swirl that Cyrus is investigating a long-buried secret that could shake the foundations of Port Charles. With his vast resources and manipulative mind, no one is safe from his scrutiny. Is he seeking revenge against those who wronged him, or does he have an ulterior motive no one has yet deciphered? His interactions with Laura Collins, his half-sister, remain tense. Though he claims to want a fresh start, Laura remains skeptical. As mayor, she is determined to protect her city from her dangerous sibling. But with Cyrus delving into Port Charles's darkest corners, she may find herself at the center of his latest scheme. Additionally, Cyrus's fixation on Sonny Corinthos and his empire raises questions. While he insists he has abandoned his criminal enterprises, his relentless interest in Sonny's affairs suggests otherwise. Could he be plotting a power play, or does he have information that could bring Sonny to his knees? With every move he makes, Cyrus inches closer to an explosive revelation. Will his investigations unearth truths that change everything? Or will he be the one caught in a web of deceit? Anna stymied. A struggle for justice. Anna Devane is a woman of unwavering determination, but even the most relentless pursuers of justice face roadblocks. As she races against time to crack a high-profile case, she finds herself frustrated at every turn. Bureaucratic red tape, misleading information, and unexpected betrayals leave her questioning whom she can trust. The case at hand is more than just another mission. It's personal. With a dangerous adversary slipping through her fingers, Anna is determined to bring them to justice before they strike again. However, each lead she follows seems to dissolve into thin air, leaving her increasingly desperate for answers. Complicating matters is her strained relationship with Valentine Cassadine. Their once unbreakable bond has been tested by secrets and lies, and with Anna so consumed by her investigation, their connection may be at risk. Can they find a way back to each other? Or will her relentless pursuit of justice push Valentine away for good? As Anna closes in on the truth, she is faced with an impossible choice. Follow protocol and risk losing her target, or take matters into her own hands, even if it means bending the rules. With her legacy and integrity on the line, Anna must decide how far she is willing to go to uphold justice. A town on the brink. As Lulu, Cyrus, and Anna navigate their respective journeys, Port Charles is on the verge of seismic shifts. Old alliances will be tested, new rivalries will emerge, and secrets long buried will come to light. With danger lurking in every shadow and emotions running high, the stakes have never been greater. Will Lulu find her place in a world that moved on without her? Can Cyrus uncover the truth he seeks without endangering himself and others? And will Anna overcome the obstacles in her way? Or is she destined to fail when it matters most? One thing is certain. General Hospital is setting the stage for some of its most gripping drama yet. Stay tuned as the twists and turns unfold, proving once again why Port Charles is the heart of unforgettable storytelling.